This is Brittany Slays from Unleash the Archers, and I hope you have a very happy Canada Day.
Hey, what's up? It's Sky.
And Matt.
And we're from
Sumo Psycho.
And we just want to wish you, everyone out there, a happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day, everyone.
First of all, Canada Day, or the Canadian spirit, or whatever, the concept of Canada. What does that mean to you?
Well, I'm extremely proud to be Canadian, but it's not because of any one thing. It's mostly because, number one, our country is absolutely beautiful and huge, and I love it. And it doesn't matter where I go, there's always something gorgeous about it. The ocean and the mountains on the west, and then the beautiful prairies with their crazy sunsets. And then the Maritimes are absolutely stunning and so cool. And then Toronto's just huge. If you ever want a metropolis, that's where you go. And there's just so much beauty in this country, which leads me to the second reason why I love it so much. It's because we are kind of standing there with open arms. We welcome everyone to come here, and not everyone does. Not everyone sees what potential Canada has for them.
For me, of course, I hold a lot of great memories associated with it. Right from when you're a kid, you get the day, your summer vacation, and usually your family or your friends or someone's doing something, there's a backyard barbecue, or you guys go down to the lake or whatever it is, you have good memories in.
Honestly, Canada Day has only ever really been like a sweet day off from work for most of us. I don't know if it's always just been like there's going to be fireworks and stuff. So I don't think we've ever really sort of celebrated Canada. I don't think I've ever painted my face, that kind of thing. Maybe when I was a kid or whatever.
As you grow up, you come to learn that Canada has a crazy history, and they don't teach you all about that at school. And it's not just Canada; it's pretty much every country, and everything that we read in the history books. There's two sides or more to every story, and we definitely know a fraction of our history. And that being said, I respect that for a lot of people, it's a reminder of something that they don't want to think about.
Yeah, well, it is a different time these days. And of course, Indigenous issues has come to the forefront. And I want to be open to learn and listen from those voices and try to see what their concerns are about Canada. But I still do feel like I have a side of me that loves the idea of just everyone in a country just saying, it's kind of thank you for the beautiful place that we live. Thank you for this present moment to be, in some place that is relatively doing well compared to a lot of places in the world. And, we're faced with so much trials and tribulations throughout this past year. And it's just, I realize more and more how lucky we really are to live in this country.
But privileged.
Very privileged.
We're very privileged. I think it's important. You're bringing up Canada Day. Canada Day, it's awesome. I love Canada. I'm proud of being a Canadian. This is my country. It's where I was born. I represent some of the issues that have come to light that's right now that Facebook's talking about and Instagrams are all talking about. That shit has never, it's always been there. It's just this one incident has made everybody we're supposed to pay attention. I'm we should have been paying attention the whole time.
Also, for me, coming from the perspective that my parents are from India and they immigrated to Canada, it was a very celebratory, experience for my parents to be in Canada and live there, and they always appreciated it. And I grew up appreciating having the lifestyle and the comforts basically of living in a country that wasn't having constant ups and downs, I guess is a good way of putting it. And so yeah, we're very lucky there. And
I just feel like this land doesn't belong to me. I was lucky to be born here. It was just pure chance. I could have been born anywhere. And I think that the whole world should have the right to live here.
It's a very complex question because I'm from Quebec on top of it. So being a Quebecois, an English-speaking Quebecois, the nature of being someone from Quebec is different and special. You know, they try to separate from Canada when I was in elementary school. It was I think it was in 1992, 1993. I can't remember. I remember watching the referendum and being happy that we didn't separate from Canada. So I'm always very proud to be from Canada, but also a Quebecois Canadian. So
if someone wants to come to Canada, absolutely come here. This country is yours just as much as it is mine. And I like welcome new Canadians, and let's bring more diversity and more culture. Let's open up cooler food shops. You know, I want to try everything. We're moving at the end of the month, and we were kind of checking out the new neighborhood, and there's a Palestinian restaurant. I'm like so excited to try Palestinian food, and I just love that about Canada, that we are a mosaic of different peoples and cultures and religions, and I think that's just the greatest. And I want it to keep happening, and I don't want us to close our borders and say we're full, you know, because we're not. Our country is huge. We have a tiny population. Come to Canada. It's mine and it's yours. It doesn't belong to anyone. So that's one thing that I just hope that we stay that way forever.
Given your passion, how are you celebrating?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I imagine I'll be enjoying a few delicious craft beers because Vox and Hops' Brutal North America will have just wrapped up, where 22 collaborative brews will have come out all across North America, across the States and Canada specifically. So I'm sure I'm going to be enjoying some of those because I'm also going to be on vacation.
Drinking beer? Yeah, that's like the whole thing. That's the most Canadian thing you can do, is just like sit. Like the part of it is like it's just usually such a nice day, you know, in the summer, which especially where we're from, sort of farther north, it's like you kind of have to really savor all the nice days you get. So it's like a lot of it's about being outside, just getting sunburnt and having a good time. So
it's Canada Day. The question answers itself. I'm going to smoke a shitload of weed, do a couple keg stands, and listen to all my Razor, Sacrifice, and Slaughter records.
That sounds good.
Probably an encore of April Wine too. I'm not going to lie.
I think my parents have a little cabin by the lake kind of a thing. It's like this hilarious stratified resort. Lots of old people complaining about driving too fast, but we'll probably go there.
Well, we usually have like a bonfire, I guess.
Is it like Canada Day right now, or are we just doing it for Canada Day? Am I just drunk a bit? Because I've been at the cottage all day, and I've been drinking, and I'm like, is it Canada Day? Am I just out to lunch right now?
Well, in a weird Inception kind of way, this video will come out on Canada Day. Yeah. So for the viewer, yes. For you,
all right,
doesn't matter.
Okay, sorry, man. You know, I'm just out to lunch a bit sometimes, where I'm like, wow, I don't know what day it is.
No problem.
Anyways.
Yeah, so we usually have a bonfire, and you know, there's like a little kind of cute community that we have in our neighborhood, where a lot of the houses in the neighborhood will all come together and celebrate around a bonfire, and you know, make s'mores. And
for all the viewers that are not in North America, explain the concept of a s'more.
Oh yes, so
she was making them 2 nights ago, wasn't it?
So delicious. Have to be at a fire, and preferably you get a stick from the nearby forest that's just long enough so that you can stick a marshmallow on the end and toast it in the embers of the fire. Some people like to take the shortcut and burn it right away and then pop it out and blow out on it.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Don't
have
to
crispy
wait
on the outside and smushy on the inside.
And then it gets all gooey, and you stick it between some graham crackers and chocolate, and sometimes you jazz it up with I like caramel bars, so they have caramel in there as well. Or
is it legit a Canadian thing?
Our neighbors,
it's not everywhere else. It's a Canadian
Our
thing?
neighbors just introduced us to Reese peanut butter cup s'mores, and I was like,
oh, I know.
Those are delicious.
That does sound delicious.
Yeah.
Is it really just a Canadian thing? Is it?
Well, it's Canadian-esque.
I'm sure the northern states are familiar. Before I moved to Canada, I'd never heard of it. So
Okay.
it's definitely not a
Okay.
thing in Europe. You know, growing up in Canada as a first generation immigrant, what was like the one thing that your friends, taught you when you were growing up that your parents couldn't teach you just yet? That like, hey, this is the one thing you have to do if you want to celebrate Canada Day.
Damn, I mean, it's got to be listening to Patio Lanterns by Kim Mitchell on the patio. Like, that wasn't something that would have happened in my house. Then, you start having a couple beers with your friends in high school, and they're like, you haven't heard this song before? And I was like, no. Like, my parents listen to Indian music, and then, like, you're kind of just like, whoa, this is Kim Mitchell. And I mean, that's Canada Day for me.
Awesome. I was gonna ask you like what Canadian song has to be played, but you already answered that question. That's perfect.
There's a few.
What else would come to mind for you?
I don't know. I always like a little bit of Chilliwack on the patio. Like, always love my April wine.
Well, you definitely need some Lover Boy, because it's just catchy as all hell and super Canadian. Of course, you need some Rush on there. You need some Strikers, some Unleash the Archers.
Heartless World by Tease has to be on there.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Billy Talent, so Try Honesty would be pretty cool on there. Or
That's fair. That's a pretty good pick. That's a good one.
Man, let's bring it back to April Wine. I Like to Rock. Come on, man. That's if that ain't a Canadian rock and roll anthem, then I don't know what is.
I mean, there's so many great Canadian artists out there, and so many amazing bands that have come out.
Mine's Kim Mitchell's I Am a Wild Party.
It's probably Kim Mitchell. Maybe like Go for a Soda, or if it gets later into the night, All We Are, something like that. So my birthday is June 29th, and so it usually ends up being like a pretty good week of partying and stuff like that. And so we'll see if the restrictions, if everything looks good, we'll probably party it up, I guess.
What's another thing that people should do if they want to get into the Canadian spirit tonight?
I think a really important thing to do, aside from listening to all your favorite Canadian bands and absolutely celebrating, and if fireworks are your thing, or barbecuing, all these amazing things, that's all very important. But even more important is to maybe step back and try and recognize where Canada came from, and who the unsung heroes of this country really are, to educate yourself on the Indigenous roots of the country, to say those names, to respect the land that we're on, and to try and fix some past mistakes. Canada Day isn't just about the partying. Canada Day should be about educating and being very aware of where we come from and where we're headed, and the way we have to get there together.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Daniel. Go enjoy the party, and we'll catch you on Twitch real soon.
A pleasure as always, Belgian Jasper.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. Thanks for spreading the word.
My pleasure.
I'd like to wish you an amazing Canada Day. I miss you guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.